Hey everyone, what's going on? Joey here, and I've been getting so many questions this morning about, hey Joey, now that the CDC has said, hey, if you're fully vaccinated, you don't need to wear a mask anymore, what is it like in New York City? So I figured, why don't I go ahead, head into the heart of the city, take you guys around for a tour to see how people are reacting to it. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. Let's get started. So while the CDC did say, hey, you know what? You don't need to wear the mask anymore if you're vaccinated. I am vaccinated. Julia's vaccinated. The governor of New York, Governor Cuomo, said hold off on that for the moment. They want their own health official to go through the research and the data to make sure it's safe. So in New York, you actually still have to wear a mask outside, indoor, all over. So I'll be wearing my mask today, but we're New Yorkers and no one really follows many rules around here. So let's walk around, let's go to Times Square and a couple other places and just see how people are reacting. Now the city is coming back to life. Yeah, I mean, this is the most people I've seen here in over a year and a half, so it's nice to see people back, but we're currently outside the New York Times building and we're just gonna kind of walk around 42nd Street and then Times Square and wherever else we feel like kind of walking. And we're going in wide mode because you can get so much more in there. But we're gonna hang here, make a left on 8th Avenue. Here's the New York Times building. Like a Bentley just driving by, huh? But probably not gonna make too many cuts in this shot, just so that you can see how everything is. I mean, you could definitely see people are coming back in droves. It's actually really nice because this place was completely dead. All right, we're gonna make a left down in front of the New York Times building. I mean, for the most part, it seems like everyone, at least in this section, has their masks on. Now, to give you a reference time, it is roughly 1 p.m. on a Friday, which would mean the rush hour will be starting in about 2 hours or so. And yes, we still have a rush hour. Now, many people don't realize this, is that our rush hour, like on a Friday, starts really, really early because everyone's trying to get the heck out of the city. And during the pandemic, I mean, things really didn't change when it comes to rush hour in a sense of that's still the same time frame. But the one thing I'm going to miss is this traffic not being here because normally like on a Friday in rush hour before the pandemic, it really wasn't bad. Because rush hour before the pandemic, it was awful. You didn't want to be on this island in a car after 3 p.m. You wouldn't be able to really leave until like 7. During the pandemic, it was great. Because literally I could leave Manhattan, head to my house within like 20 minutes. Now, on a Friday, now that it's picking back up, it's starting to get back up to that level. So I'm definitely going to miss the pandemic rush hour. But we're going to hang it right on 42nd now. Now you'll notice there's a lot of either closed businesses or a lot of construction taking place. You know, the movie theaters really haven't opened up as much yet. As you know, Broadway will finally get some new shows in September. One interesting fact that many people don't know is that this skyscraper right here on 42nd and 8th was originally built for Disney. And they kind of pulled out at the last minute. But this food court here hasn't been open in over a year and a half. Well, let's continue down a little bit for you guys. I know someone had asked me earlier, did I miss going to the theaters and Broadway? And the answer to that is yes. You have no idea. We were just about to get tickets for the Harry Potter Broadway show. And remember, it's 2 parts, so you have to see both of them. So we luckily just missed out. I'm saying luckily because if we had gotten tickets, we'd have to be waiting this long. We would have gotten refunded anyway, but the theater for that is all the way over here. But to give you an idea, a lot of stores had been pretty much kicked out. Here's one store here. There's another one in there that's gone. Applebee's, I think, is still here. It just hasn't been open in a very, very, very long time. It's sort of to see inside. Oh, see, grand reopening June 16th. That's actually really, really nice to see. Because things have just been dead for such a long time. Dave & Buster's is magically open. I know this place is closed, that place is closed. This place, I mean, most of these places were closed, but slowly things are opening out. Ripley's, I feel like, never closed, though it did for like I guess 6 months. This is kind of sad here. This is a Broadway theater that wound up closing up. I forget what show was here, to be honest with you. A lot of Broadway shows had closed. Off the top of my head, I know we lost like Frozen. We lost a couple of the like really short running shows. I do know we lost Beetlejuice and SpongeBob and a couple other ones. But on the side note, they've been working on the Lyric Theater for like what seems to be like a million years. I wonder if they're ever going to finish it. But I'm going to show you one of these closed up theaters. This is what it looks like. It's kind of sad. But it is what it is. Can't wait. Lion King is finally coming back September 14th. Probably one of the best Broadway shows ever. Aladdin's amazing too. I mean, Disney always does a great job. Can't wait till these doors are gone. They have turned a lot of Times Square into like COVID test areas. So there's one over here and like one right across the street. So as we're walking down, as you can tell, a lot of people are still wearing their masks. It doesn't really seem like too many people are ready to rip them off in New York. I mean, there are some people not wearing them. But remember, if you're walking inside a business, you still have to wear them. You know, one way of thinking it is that every business is still technically private property. So if that business requires it, even though the state doesn't, well, the business kind of wins out on there. But anyway, waiting for the light to change, and we're going to make a left into Times Square. So not too many people in Times Square today. It actually seemed like there was more people in the middle of the week. For the most part, I guess things are still kind of quiet. I mean, nothing, once Broadway opens up, and then anyone can go inside a theater, and anyone can go inside of like the Barclays Center or Madison Square Garden, this place will definitely start picking up. But things are open. I know they have tours open. But yeah, it's not too shabby over here today. It's gorgeous out. It's about 76 degrees. I see some people without masks, but for the most part, it feels like everyone is wearing them still. Passing Bubba Gumps on the left here. Yeah, that guy's a scam, by the way. Don't ever take any of the stuff they give you. Try to get money out of you. So, word of the wise. I know a lot of my followers, we normally have people watching from about 13 or 14 different countries around the world. So this might be your first introduction into Times Square. So, there are a lot of scams. For those who actually live in New York, we actually try to avoid this area as much as possible. And I know that sounds strange, but let's be honest. You never want to go to the touristy section of your actual town. And that's true here. I mean, there's nothing here that you actually need as a local. All the stores are too expensive. I mean, unless you need something at the Disney store or I don't even know. It's like you come here for Broadway and that's about it. But yeah, now we're heading into more people. And there's a giant panda bear for some reason. But let me flip the camera around. Another testing center. There's a lot of testing centers under today. Also a lot of empty stores, including this giant one. But here is good old The Ball. I don't know if it's good old The Ball, but there is The Ball 2021. But we're continuing on, guys. There's some people. I mean, it's not as packed as it would normally be. But it is nice to see some people out and about. There's a giant panda bear for no reason. Let me turn around for you guys so you can see the crazy of it all, which is really nothing. I know it's so weird to not see it busy. But as I said before, for the most part, it's quite empty here.
I began sitting for long hours.
Oh, that is.
I would do some deep breathing. I would take off all the titles.
Some radio thing.
So that I could transcend the title.
But let's do a 360 over here, guys. If you ever have a 360 camera, it's the best place to take it. Right here in the middle. Yeah, gorgeous view. But it's really not too busy today, guys. Gonna walk down the other side a little bit for you, just to see what it looks like. I mean, I kind of expect that once the mask mandate is fully official in New York, this place is gonna get packed extremely quickly. But yeah, I'll tell you one thing, I'm not gonna miss wearing a mask during the summertime. You forget how hot it gets under this thing. Anyway, let me flip the camera around for you guys. All right, so now we're leaving Times Square to walk around other parts of the city just to see how they are. I mean, if that's not too crowded, which is the touristy side, we can go to the local side and see if there's a lot of people over there. So here we go. Outdoor dining is still a thing with these little huts. I've actually seen them build more. It's kind of interesting. And they're everywhere, by the way. People keep running into them in their cars. That's not really too good. But there's still a lot of places boarded up. If you remember all the riots that were taking place, a lot of businesses decided just to keep them boarded up to be safe. So a lot of these things are actually coming down. Oh, this is nice. A new restaurant's coming in. Amor Loco, Crazy Love. Another boarded up building. It's very nice to see places move in.
Yeah.
Pretty much gonna walk over to Bryant Park for a little bit. Well, a lot of these side streets are actually quite empty. Funny thing is, you could probably actually take off your mask and be completely fine. See, the thing is that a lot of these people still haven't returned to their businesses. And pretty much all that means is that people just haven't returned to their work office, which is really weird. I mean, because I can look clearly through this one building right here on 6th and at 43rd. And you could tell it's just an empty building. All these work offices are just completely empty. Because, I mean, as of right now, companies don't want to mandate everyone get vaccines, and so they have a mix of people who want to go back in the building, other people who do want to go back in the building. I'm all about going back in. I'm a people person, so I'd rather be with people. But we're gonna hang it right on Avenue of the Americas and show you around, because if you head down here, you get Rockefeller Center. If you head down there, you get Bryant Park. Got 30 Rock over here. We're gonna head down that way now. All right, so we're on 43rd now, heading south. Only a few blocks into Bryant Park, and actually see the trees coming out. Now, one interesting thing is, if you go, this just actually was announced yesterday, which our mayor really is strange, because he got on TV and just started eating Shake Shack French fries. But if you go over to Shake Shack at any location and you show your vaccination card, you actually get free French fries. I should have brought my vaccination card because Shake Shack fries are amazing. Not as good as Chick-fil-A fries, but who doesn't like free French fries? But here is Bryant Park, and in the background, the Empire State Building. And I feel like it doesn't matter what time of year you come here, it's always like a postcard. At Christmas time, they have the whole village with the ice skating. You know, just this angle right here looks awesome. So if you ever want a photo shoot, take a picture from like here where you have all this going on. But we're gonna cross the street in a second. Someone's already asking me, have you walked a mile yet? Yeah, probably by now, definitely walked a mile. See, New Yorkers, we don't mind walking places. Around the corner, it really means it gets 20 blocks away, but. So there's some folks over here, a mix of people wearing masks and no masks. But we'll take a walk through Bryant Park. Got 14 seconds to wait. Definitely should have worn shorts today. I decided to get dressed up because you have to celebrate that mask mandate being dropped. And in Bryant Park we go. And it really is a gorgeous day today, especially under here in the trees. Always find it funny, they do bird tours here. Because, you know, we get a lot of different kinds of birds visiting Bryant Park. This is a time of year where you can't really go on the lawns because after they get rid of the ice skating, the lawns are kind of like dead. And so they spend like a good month and a half actually getting it back in shape. You actually see crews working on it right now. It is gorgeous though. Anyway, let's continue on. Funny thing is, I originally came in to get a haircut, but for the first time in about a year and a half, my hair guy is actually fully booked. Good for him, man. All right, so we're gonna get out of Bryant Park and walk past the Empire State Building. And man, that's a lot of smoke coming out of a, what the heck are they making in there? Oh, so someone burned something though. Whew, you smell through the mask. All right, so just a few observations while in Bryant Park. You've got those that feel 100% comfortable with no mask, so not wearing a mask anywhere, in and out of places. Looks like stores aren't really enforcing things. You've got those who like care and want to follow the rules with one mask, and they're like, I really don't want to wear it, but I have to. And then you still have people wearing two masks, which, I mean, up until a few days ago, I was doing the same thing. But fully vaccinated, according to CDC, you don't need to wear them. I think that like people like me, I'm probably still gonna wear them just for a little bit until like you feel fully comfortable. You know, I finally went back to my first indoor dining experience for Mother's Day, and that was over a year and a half, and that was kind of weird, but I like the tables still kind of spread out. So we're finding this happy medium that people like and don't like. I mean, it's gonna take a little time to get used to everything going back to the way it was, but very excited because that means summer 2021 is going to be the best summer ever, seriously. Anyway, we're going to hang it right over here and head towards the Empire State Building. Look how fancy this outdoor dining is, huh? I think it looks really, really nice. It's like banquet chairs in there. It's for this place here. But still a lot of construction going on. It's funny because New York City for the past 7-8 years have been going through this big boom of construction. And it never ended during the pandemic. I mean, it seems like people were still like, no, come in. Forget COVID rules, come in, and we're still building here. So, definitely getting a sweat on today. But it is gorgeous out. The construction there, construction here, construction there, construction here. I mean, it's everywhere. Not complaining though. Most of these buildings are what? Over 110 years old. It's about time they actually start improving them. But we're gonna hang a right coming up. We'll have a clearer shot of the Empire State Building. Whew. Tell you one wearing the mask in New York City is always good because like right now we just passed by like all spray paint, and it would be rough to take on without a mask. And then maybe like the peanut stands on the corner, they smell awful. So this actually helps out a lot. All right, we're on 5th Avenue now, guys. There's still a lot of empty businesses, unfortunately. That one's going out of business. That one's still empty. The one next to it's still empty. That one's still empty. This whole thing's being redone, so yeah, that's empty. But slowly businesses will come back. I'll tell you one thing, businesses that did stay in Manhattan did get like a little reprieve because like our lease was up in our building. My wife does eyelash extensions and lip blush and things like that. And because everyone left and our lease was up, we were able to move into like a way bigger place with all these other features, a balcony and all these things. Like I think it was like 200 more square feet, and it was cheaper than the little tiny studio with no balcony we had. So it was a win-win for us to stay in the city, which I have to plug my wife, by the way. If you're in the city, you need eyelashes or your lips plump or what, if it's like permanent semi-tattoo, reach out to NYC Eyelash Studio. Here's my plug for you, my wife. Love you. Anyway, let me flip the camera around for you guys. But it's definitely sad to see all these closed out businesses. Yes, this whole side here is closed out. This whole side is closed out. But we'll be running into the Empire State Building in about 2 blocks. This building right now is kind of blocking the view. Yeah, New York City don't follow rules, remember. If you can cross even though it says doesn't, then do it. Well, everyone knows they need this statue at home. Who doesn't want a frog standing up looking smuck at you all the time?
Text me and let me know.
Look at that chandelier. Shoo! Anyway. You can barely see the Empire State Building making its way through. Seems like all those stores we just passed were closed. Here's CVS. And here is the Empire State Building. Not too many people over here. The police officers are still wearing their masks. But this street's always packed 34th. Okay. The bummer is that, by the way, if you have a car, you can't turn right on this street. You can never turn down 34th for some reason. You have to go down to the end and somehow get on. I know, it's kind of weird. But this is the front of Empire State Building. I guess technically there really is no front, no back, because all four sides, but the main entrance into the sky deck and observatory. Looks like they're still doing reservations require, and you have to get your tickets online. Normally you have about like 40 people out here trying to sell you tickets to this place. Anyway, thank you for joining me on my tour of New York City, you know, after masks are no longer needed. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you want masks to be completely gone? Do you think outside they should be off and inside they should be on? And what is your happy medium? Let me know in the comment section. And if there's anything else you want to see, please let me know down below. You know, it's beautiful out. I'll be walking around the city for the next few days so I can grab some pictures for you guys. But if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm Joey. Stay safe, everyone. I'll see you later. Bye.